This is the couple that decided to point weapons at Black Lives Matter protesters. They lied. They said
That's exactly right.
Thank you, Mr. McCloskeys. They said that their home was threatened and their lives were threatened, and they said that Mr. McCloskeys, his wife, was going to be raped. Not true. That's why charges.
I'll give you an example.
That's why charges were filed, and that's why they just appeared in court yesterday. Well, apparently they walked into a pancake house, and now they're leaving autographed items for servers. This is just bizarre. Well, guess what? The lady who served the McCloskeys is joining us on the line right now. Her name is Andrea Spencer. This is a wild and crazy story. Andrea, thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I am completely shocked that this is happening right now.
All right, well, Andrea, let's start from square one. I want to give you plenty of time to tell your story. So you work at this pancake house, right? What's it called?
Well, actually, I do not work at that pancake house. I was actually the lady at the table across from the McCloskeys. I had went in with my family to celebrate a family birthday, and when I walked in, I just noticed that they were sitting at the booth across from us. I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird.
Gotcha.
We sat down. We were having our breakfast/lunch, just hanging out, and then, they get up and leave, not, paying it any mind, really. And
Sure.
Then all of a sudden, the server, who is actually our server as well, is like, oh, my God, I can't believe this, very loudly. There weren't, a lot of people in the restaurant, so, you kind of, start right to it. And she starts flailing this picture around, and I just ask her if I could see it. And she hands it over, and it's this two-sided postcard, the first one they ever so non-solicitedly signed for our server. And I just immediately thought, what is this?
So let's backtrack a little bit here. So you're just a customer at this pancake house. Right. You're sitting across the table from the McCloskeys. Did you recognize them right away? Did you know who they were?
I did recognize them right away, obviously from, the pictures of the mustard-stained shirt and everything.
Right. Okay, so you knew who they were right away. You're sitting down. Mm-hmm. You're telling me the server who served your table was serving their table. And the server, after the McCloskeys leave, they left a photograph of them, the picture of them pointing their weapons at the Black Lives Matter protesters. It's a picture of them. On the bottom of the picture, it says Patty and Mark McCloskey versus the mob.
That's exactly right.
Yes. And it says, Mr. McCloskey signs it, thanks for the great service, Mark McCloskeys, and then Patty just signs her first name. I'm just describing to our listeners what this picture looked like. How weird is that? Here you are, you might be convicted of some serious crimes, and they're leaving autographed pictures for servers at pancake houses?
They were pardoned again,
That is legit. That is legitimately what I thought. Well, clearly they seemed comfortable doing it, and come to find out they've done this before. And I'm just why would you want to capitalize on this?
That's bizarre. And they are.
Narcissistic people.
And by the way, their attorney...
How are they capitalizing on it by handing out? I mean, they didn't charge her for it, did they?
Well, first of all, they're making a lot of TV appearances. They're getting their name out there and their attorneys. So that's number one, and that's free publicity. Number two, to what Andrea is speaking of, the attorney of the McCloskeys was asked about this, and the attorney's statement is that they have a lot of fans and that they like to take care of their fans because they have a lot of autograph requests, like they're like John Travolta or Brad Pitt walking around town, or Angelina Jolie. What do you make of that?
I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
So do I.
I just, it's this is what you want to be remembered for? Yeah. And then to say that, you have people that are like, oh, my God, you waved your gun unnecessarily at people. Can you sign my autograph? Or can I have your autograph? That makes zero sense to me.
Well, did that particular waitress, did you say, hey, did you ask them for their autograph, or did you engage them in some type of conversation where they thought that you were a fan of them? Or what did you ask her as far as, what was the dialogue that led to that gesture?
She made it very clear that her political views were not the same. She did say that they were very nice people, but the postcard was not requested.
What were they eating, by the way? I'm just curious. What were the McCloskeys eating?
Honestly, I don't know. We probably arrived towards the end of their meal, and I wasn't like trying to get all up in their business. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, there they are. And
I'm just trying to think of.
Did he have a pastel polo on?
I believe he did.
He did.
I'm just trying to think I'm just trying to think what I would say. And by the way, you handled it a lot better than I. If I noticed that stuff was going, I would have gone up to him and said, I just want you to know you two are complete idiots and you're an embarrassment to this country.
And he would have pulled a gun on you.
No, let him. I would have sued his ass.
Yeah. At any point when you were sitting across from them, did Mr. or Mrs. McCloskey, did they take out a weapon and just place it gently on the table?
It may have been under the table. I didn't see anything.
What I mean, I'm just trying to. I can't even fathom this. You know, it's like I understand that there are very serious convicted felons that are behind bars and they get fan mail and stuff like that. But how weird and what a kind of a egomaniac nut job are you that you want to carry with you these little postcards that and sign them for people. I'm just trying. And by the way, this photo is on our Twitter page if anybody wants to see it at the Vegas Take. I mean, I'm just curious. What did the server say to you for you to believe that her political side of the spectrum is different? Like, did you say anything negative about them? I'm not asking you to out her.
Like F them?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, what can you say? Like, what did she, I'm just curious, like, what did the waitress say? Did she roll her eyes? Like, what did she say when she was showing you this autographed postcard of the McCloskeys?
There was definitely a lot of body language leading to, not sharing the political views. I, being a server as well, not in that restaurant, but in a different restaurant, just kind of related with her, to say, like, if they would have left that on my table, like, I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, I would have
thrown it at their face. I would have thrown it at them. That's what I would have done.
Photo from
I mean, there's, like, so many different scenarios as to how this could have went down, but I'm just, like, I would just be beyond myself. Like, I wouldn't know if I should, like, take down or...
I can understand, like, if they went to a Klan rally, I could imagine there are many Klan members that would probably look up to them as heroes for pointing weapons at black people. Like, that would make sense to me, but, like, I don't understand why they would think... And by the way, if you don't mind me asking, was the waitress white, black? I'm just curious.
Well, I'll put it as nicely as I can. She looked white. She could have been Hispanic. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm not sure, and I even feel bad for saying that.
Do these McCloskeys really believe that they're heroes and they're celebrities? I mean, do they really believe that, you think?
I think so, because I wouldn't go through great lengths to print up, I believe they said, like 1,000 or so, postcards just to...
They sold them?
No, I don't know if they sold them.
Okay.
No.
I saw a video of someone. They were at like a grocery store, and someone I think told them that called them the F word or something like that. And Mr. McCloskey walked up to the person very, very nonchalantly and passed him one of those postcards as well. So but the funniest part to me is that it seems like they are carrying their brand with their appearance to match their postcard. I think that's really, really interesting that they're dressing the same way as they are in the postcard. Was this in St. Louis or where was this at?
Yes, it was in St. Louis.
I would have thrown a pancake at both of them. That's what I would have done. I would have thrown a pancake with extra syrup. Well, listen, Andrea, I appreciate you telling us your story. It's a bizarre one at that.
It really is.
If you have any other run-ins with the McCloskeys, please tell them I said hello and can't wait to get one of their autographed postcards and shove it up my ass. So thank you. Thank you, Andrea.
If I happen to be ever so blessed with one, I'll make sure to send it your way.
Please do. I'll use it as toilet paper. Andrea, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you.
Thanks a lot,
take
Andrea.
care. It's Andrea
Brian,
Spencer.
that would hurt.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Take care.